Hello guys, what's going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I have 5 new secret changes in GTA Online to share with you guys that you probably don't know about, but need to know about in GTA 5. These being changes Rockstar have made fairly recently without really saying anything. So let's go ahead then and get straight into things. And to start things off, the first change I'm going to be discussing involves the Speedo custom. Rockstar made this change, or this update, a few days ago in GTA Online, despite this vehicle having been in-game now for a number of weeks, as it first released when the nightclub update first dropped. Of course, this vehicle is free when you purchase a nightclub, but Rockstar the other day disabled one of the features and customizations on this vehicle. Now, if you fully upgrade the Speedo custom like I've done, and you go for the heavy armored plating, but also fit proximity mines, some players are reporting an issue where those proximity mines were getting stuck on that metal plate that you can see at the back on the bottom of the vehicle, the bit that's sort of attached to that rear bumper, and as a result, these proximity mines were detonating and blowing the vehicle up. Now it's worth noting this didn't happen every time, but did occasionally happen and was quite a common issue. So what Rockstar have done to fix this is simply disable the feature. So if you have the heavy armored plating fitted to your vehicle, like me, you can no longer use the proximity mine feature. Instead, what happens now, rather than deploying a proximity mine, it will just sound the horn as if it wasn't fitted at all, even though the feature is still applied, as you just saw in the gameplay. What you can do though, if you really want to have access and the ability to use proximity mines with this vehicle, just downgrade your armor either to the light option or the reinforced option, and you'll have the ability to use it once again. And I guess it's also worth noting, although these lower down armor options don't look quite as cool as the heavy armor plating, all of these offer the same amount of bulletproofness and explosive resistance. But I guess it depends on how useful the proximity mines are to you. Personally, I don't really use them, so I'm not too bothered by this. And this isn't a permanent change which is here to stay, it is just a temporary fix until Rockstar releases the next update to resolve this problem. Anyway, moving on though to the next change that Rockstar have made in the last few days, this being a much bigger one than the last one involving the Terabyte. Now when Rockstar released this vehicle early this week, there was a pretty serious bug with this vehicle. If you were to go into your nightclub and drive out the Terabyte, it would only have enough health or armor to take around 4 or 5 shots from an RPG or homing launcher before it's destroyed. Whereas if you requested it via the interaction menu, it would take 34 shots from a homing launcher or RPG, so quite a significant difference. Rockstar have now resolved this problem and fixed it, so whether you go into your nightclub and drive it out or just request it via the interaction menu, it will now take 34 rounds or shots from both the homing launcher or the RPG. I'm not even too sure how the issue was caused in the first place. Maybe initially Rockstar was going to set the armor or the health of this vehicle pretty low to around 5 or 6 explosives, and then last minute changed their minds and increased it to 34, which is a huge step up. But somehow the vehicle's health was bugged depending on how you called it in. But either way, whatever the issue was, it's now resolved. Now for just a second, can we appreciate how strong and how explosive resistant the Terabyte really is? Even against most weaponized vehicles, it's going to take quite some time to destroy this vehicle. Even for the all-new Oppressor Mark II, no matter how overpowered you consider that vehicle to be, it's going to be pretty difficult to destroy the Terabyte. In fact, the Oppressor Mark II only carries 20 missiles on the vehicle, so if someone tries to destroy a Terabyte with their Oppressor Mark II, what they'll have to do is go back to their Terabyte or their garage to restock on missiles to then go back and finish the job off. Which is pretty crazy to think about. Moving on though to change number 3. Now this was initially made when the After Hours update was first released into the game, but was only discovered early this week with the release of the Terabyte. So Rockstar added a brand new stat, this being favorite vehicle. Now because this stat didn't exist before the After Hours update and Rockstar weren't tracking that sort of data, it means this stat only displays your favorite vehicle after the release of the feature itself, so the After Hours update. The stat of course is featured or used in the player scanner on the Terabyte, so when players are using that, they can scan players and find out your favorite vehicle, or at least your favorite since the After Hours update. So that is worth knowing, but the feature doesn't work quite in the same way as the one from the Bikers update back in 2016. If you guys didn't already know, in the Bikers update, Rockstar added a feature, favorite motorcycle, so basically the one that you'd ride around on the most, and every time you drive around on that motorcycle, if you lose health, maybe you're engaged engaging in a battle or something along those lines, it buffs or nerfs the amount of damage that you take, but also regenerates your health slowly as well. This though does not take place with your favorite vehicle, it's simply just a stat and nothing else. Now speaking of the bikers update, change number 4 also involves the biker businesses. Now I'm not really too sure what Rockstar are doing with this change, they've sort of gone back on themselves, but when Rockstar first released the biker update back in 2016, there was a little trick you could do to never get raided at any of your businesses. All you had to do was simply sit AFK monitoring your security cameras or watching TV in one of your properties or your apartments, and by doing that you just wouldn't get raided. But either just before or with the release of the After Hours update, Rockstar made a change to this and made it so you could get raided if you were to go and monitor your security cameras or just watch TV. The idea being they stopped players from just going AFK so you could gather stock just to sell every few hours. Something which players were doing and using as it was a very easy way to make money without playing the game. Rockstar though, either just before or with the release of the After Hours update, changed this and made it possible so you could get raided. But then early this week, with a tunables update, Rockstar then reverted back to the original, so you can no longer get raided if you're watching TV or monitoring your security cameras. Why Rockstar have done this and gone back on themselves, I have no idea, but if you guys want to use this method once again, you can now do so. Now finally, as for the 5th change, this is one you're definitely not going to like, but with the release of the Terabyte, you of course assigned Paige as your contact, as she is the one that designed and runs the Terabyte, but Rockstar have made it so she contacts you a lot more regularly than the average characters in-game. In fact, she is the new LJT, and according to TesFunds2, who made this post on the GTA forums on Wednesday, it checks if you have spent X hours from the last time you completed one of the new missions from the Terabyte, and it will trigger a phone call from Paige. So she'll just call you up and remind you to do some more client jobs, even if you've already completed all 6 of them. So as if the characters in GTA 5 who call you up on a regular basis weren't already annoying enough, with Paige, Rockstar have increased the number of phone calls and messages you're going to get from her. So that's definitely super annoying, and there is no way of disabling that whatsoever. The only way to really stop this from happening is to not buy a Terabyte in the first place. But it's too late if you've already bought one. Anyway, but there we go then guys, with that being said, that is it for today's video. Those are 5 secret changes Rockstar have made in GTA Online recently that you probably don't know and need to know. If you guys could drop a like on this video, it would help me out a lot and it's greatly appreciated. Of course, comment your thoughts and feelings about these 5 changes, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd recommend that you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.